On the subject of authority, I just wanted to give a few thoughts on that. Authority. It's a silly thing. What has happened with authority? Author? Who's telling the story? Something silly has happened with us. Essentially, we fell asleep at the wheel somehow, some way, some shape, and some sort of autopilot took over. And because this autopilot has taken over, all kinds of dumb shit is happening. We have elections that are essentially the Kardashians. The Trump election is the political form of the Kardashians, although the Kardashians are much more popular than Trump. I would assume, actually. I might be lying about that one. But if you're comparing simple popularity via social media, the Kardashians are probably a lot more popular than Trump. And popularity is social currency, and we're going to be moving into that soon. Once the old dirty green paper system, petrodollar system dies, we're going to move into some other form of currency, and it's going to be, well, popularity is a bad term for it. Love is also a bad term for it, because that word has also been fucked sideways so many times that it doesn't mean anything. Just like likes. Like, I was getting lunch with my brother-in-law, and we were talking about a sushi place. And his sushi place was called I Love Sushi. And it reminded me of a place in my city that's called I Love Sushi. But here, it's spelled I-L-U-V sushi. And where I live is spelled I-L-O-V-E sushi. And it reminded me of how every time I say I love sushi in conversation, the fact that that restaurant exists makes it lessens the impact of those words, that phrase, I love sushi. It mars the impact of those words in my mind, because I can't say I love sushi without mentally associating with the restaurant. And the same thing, but on a far greater scale, has happened with the word like, because of Facebook. So Facebook essentially commandeered that word, and now every time you use it in a sentence, you know, maybe Facebook used that word because of everyone saying like every other 15 seconds. I mean, I do it myself. It's like a filler, you see, it's like a filler. People use that so much, and it's ridiculous, and it makes the speech sound bad. But people do it, and maybe that's why Facebook uses it. I don't know. But that word itself has been marred simply by Facebook's use of it as the main way of expressing positive emotion about a post. And now every time I say I like something, I really like that, although not as much as the I love sushi thing, because Facebook is kind of I don't know what it is, but anyway, the stuff they do doesn't seem to, it's not as I don't know what the word is, prominent, I guess. Facebook doesn't make themselves as prominent in the psyche in the psyche, in the subconscious, as other places do. And I don't know how they do it, but I do know that they do it. They don't want us to notice them. Maybe they're trying to replace the subconscious. Maybe Facebook is trying to become the new subconscious of humanity. It's a possibility. Anyway, and I'm meandering off topic here because I was starting this off with the subject of authority or authorship, or who's writing the fucking book. And it goes back to who's writing the book of your life. You. Who's writing that book? If you feel like you have any semblance of free will, and you have any semblance of consciousness, and you have any semblance of self-activation, then you're the fucking author of your life, and you make it up as you go. Okay, the old model is get a job, work till you die. No. Get a job, get insurance, get life insurance, work. Have kids, make sure they do the same exact fucking thing as you did, and then die. But they don't tell you that after you die, then you gotta repeat the whole fucking thing over and over. Because you can't remember that because your memory doesn't work, or because it's been blocked. That's the old model, and that model is retarded. And anyone who is any aware whatsoever cannot follow that without wanting to go jump off a fucking bridge or something. I can't do it. So, authority, it's in every one of us. Every single one, even the robots running around, okay? The zombies. They're as capable of claiming authority as anybody else here. It's just that if they're not there to claim it, then they're not going to claim it. But any living entity here or anywhere has the inherent ability and inherent authority. It's already in us. Anything that needs a piece of fucking paper to give evidence for power or authority, that's the bullshit right there. That's the bullshit. That's the meaningless. We have it all backwards here. It's completely fucking backwards. Piece of paper fucking means nothing. It just literally means nothing. It has no power whatsoever. The only power is in the living entities that are in the space. That's it. Now, we are allowed to give our power away to the pieces of fucking paper, but we don't have to. So, the power is in you, it's in me, it's in everyone who has a heartbeat, who's walking around, running around, doing whatever, and the pieces of paper are fucking meaningless. Okay? As objects of power. So there's the trend is should be turning, hopefully is turning, to where the living beings are actually opening their eyeballs, looking around like, what's going on, what is this, what's that, what's the other thing, oh, let's talk to this other person that's like 5 feet away from me, find out what they think about the situation. That's literally as much as you need. You don't need anything more than that. You don't need to worry about titles whatsoever. They're all bullshit. Every title that everyone has ever had is complete and utter bullshit. Every single one of those title-holding motherfuckers is the king without clothes. Every single one of them. You're either serving an agenda, you're serving special interests, or you're not. And if you are, it's obvious to everyone who's aware. And if you're not, it's obvious to everyone who's aware. The power's in you, the power's in me. It's never been anywhere else. This place is a fucking dream state nonsense until we actually bring our light and our life into it. Okay, it's gonna remain that way until we bring it here. That's all there is to it. We're coming up on 10 minutes, so I'm done. Good afternoon. Peace. Peace.